a lot of people that I see that do struggle with the ball striking, generally that ball gets too far forward in the stance. If you're moving off the golf ball, there has to be some level of correction, some level of compensation to get back on the golf ball. You're going to see as I move my right hip back, what you'll see is my actual trail leg extends, okay? And I want you to just feel as we're making a turn, that this left shoulder is moving down towards the golf ball. With my feet together, I'm trying to keep my head still as I'm rotating back. Let's finally just put all that together. Yeah, very nice. Do you struggle with your ball striking? Well, today I want to give you quite simply the simplest way to get you hitting both the ball then the turf first. Okay, so what are we looking to do with an iron? Well, we're looking to hit, essentially as we're striking, down on the golf ball. We want to hit that ball and then down into the turf, getting that nice consistent strike to get you that distance control, to get that club face control, and to get it next to the flag. Okay, so in terms of the setup, right, so the first thing we must do, I've got an 8 iron here, I've got about 150 yards. Well, from a setup point of view, we want the ball in the middle of our stance, okay? And again, that should be quite a given really for most of you, but a lot of people that I see that do struggle with the ball striking, generally that ball gets too far forward in the stance. They lose that low point control where they are bottoming out a bit early, coming back up on the golf ball, getting it fat, getting it thin, okay? So if we can get that ball position absolutely crucial, something simple will make a big difference. Secondly, okay, I want to come on to the big point now. So when we're talking about low point control, sometimes I still see people with a good setup, they're still losing their striking, okay? And this may well be you, okay? And what I see is, as people make their backswing, is they move off the golf ball, okay? So if you think of your center points, which are your pelvis and your sternum, if you're moving off the golf ball, there has to be some level of correction, some level of compensation to get back on the golf ball, and it becomes incredibly inconsistent, okay? So thinking about your body movement is absolutely key here to getting that ball striking, okay? So what I want you to do, I want you to get that set up. Before we get into that, if you would like a more tailored approach to your game, please reach out on Skillest. There's a link in the description below. I've got lots of programs on there to help you reach your goals for this year. What you will receive is an analysis of your swing, broken down frame by frame, and then you will receive a video of me demonstrating exactly what you need to work on, along with some drills to help you reach your goals much sooner. Back to the video. And then as you're making your backswing, I want you to think purely about rotation, but the key move to this is feeling like your right hip is moving back, okay? And from behind here, you're going to see as I move my right hip back, what you'll see is my actual trail leg extends, okay? I see so many people trying to keep this trail leg flexed, and it becomes very difficult to rotate. It becomes difficult to get any sort of power, okay? So allow that trail leg to extend, and you'll see here that my right hip is moving back, and at the same time sort of finish off this kind of coiling process, the turning process. As the right hip moves back, my left shoulder moves down, okay? I hear so many of my students saying they keep moving the head, the lifting head, and the real sort of key to that is because as they're swinging back, their left shoulder is moving up, the head essentially follows suit and it moves behind the golf ball. If you feel like your right hip's moving back and your left shoulder's working down, you'll see that my head stays completely still, and that's what we're looking for. As you move that right hip back, left shoulder works down, there's no movement, okay? So it's a very, what we call a centered pivot that allows you to stay on top of the golf ball, hit down and hit through the ball, okay? So let's give this a go. So we're going to get into position here, get that ball nice and central. I'm just going to feel that right hip working back, and then we can hit down on the golf ball. And we get that nice strike through towards the target. Pretty good golf shot, about 20 feet or so there. Now, in terms of a drill, right, I've got two very simple drills that will really help you get the feeling of this, okay? So the first drill I want you to do is just put the club across your chest, and I want you to just feel as we're making a turn, that this left shoulder is moving down towards the golf ball. So the right hip moves back and the left shoulder moves down like so. So we're really getting that sensation for turning on a tilted axis. You know, from behind here, you'll see that my spine is tilted. And the idea is that we turn and stay in this tilt, okay? So many people come up and out of the golf ball, it becomes very difficult to get back down into it. So right hip back, left shoulder down. That's going to give you the feeling of what I'm trying to sort of get you to really understand and get a feel for, okay? And the other quite simple drill, what a lot of my students like, is quite simply just putting your feet together and, you know, just get used to rotating back and through. And quite often I'd even hit some shots just with my feet together. I'm trying to keep my head still as I'm rotating back, and you'll be amazed how well you can actually strike the golf ball because I'm not moving off the golf ball. Yeah, so just feet together, rotate back, rotate through. You'll start to get a feeling as soon as you're swaying off the golf ball, clearly going to fall over. Yeah, so let's finally just put all that together. Good ball position, right hip back, extend that trail leg, left shoulder down. So we're very much staying coiled, staying on top of the golf ball. And let's see if we can again knock one on the green and get it pretty close. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, that's about 10 feet away. So quite a simple concept all around staying centered. If you can get this, it's going to make a huge difference to your ball striking, get you some consistency that we're all looking for, and hopefully enjoy your golf more.